everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or if this is your first time here, welcome. Today I am going to be doing a video that I've been requested a lot. This is my everyday go-to skincare and makeup routine. I've just finished filming and this is the final look. And this has been my routine pretty much every day for like the past 2 years. So everything in this video is tried and true. And so if you want to see what I use to keep my skin clear and to get this look, then stay tuned. Got my morning coffee, so I'm all caffeinated and ready to film for you guys. Without further ado, let's dive right in. All right, I have just washed my face. I've just splashed it with water. I'm gonna start with the Propolis Synergy Toner from CosRx, I think is how you say it. And this I actually discovered in one of those Costco K-Beauty advent calendars from last year, and I love it so much. It's made from propolis and honey extract, so it feels super nourishing. Next is the Sun 37 Elixir Skin Softener, and I got 2 Sun 37 products in a set for Christmas last year, and I'm pretty happy with them. And for the moisturizer, we are using the Elixir Emulsion from Sun 37. I'm actually almost out of this. I do want to give an honorable mention to the Birch Juice Hydro Cream Moisturizer, which I also got in the Costco K-Beauty Advent Calendar, but I've run out of that. I'll leave a picture of it somewhere here. That moisturizer is like so thick and creamy and effective, and I have super dry skin, especially in the fall winter, so I just ordered a full size of that because I will definitely be needing it. And I would say that that is probably my favorite moisturizer I've ever tried. If you have really dry skin like me, I highly recommend it. All right, and I think that is it for skin. Oh, nope, sunscreen. Cannot forget sunscreen. This is my go-to everyday sunscreen. It is the Sun Project Water Cream in SPF 50+. And it is so important, guys, no matter what the weather is, to be putting on sunscreen. I did not used to up until like maybe 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. I know I definitely cannot miss a single day because I already did not wear sunscreen for such a long time. And I like how light this sunscreen feels. It's not sticky at all. Like the name suggests, water cream. It's a super nice texture. And that is it for skincare. Next, we will be moving on to makeup. For my base, I use the Moonshot Cushion Foundation, and this is the shade 301 in Honey. The only bad thing about this is that it's a K-Beauty brand and they don't do like that wide of a variety of shades. I'm actually the darkest shade, which is kind of nuts, but there are a lot of good cushion foundations out there, and it just looks like this on the inside. Basically have your cushion here and then an applicator that you kind of just press on and apply. And this is kind of hard to track down in the US. I get mine on YesStyle, but do beware that it takes forever to ship. I think I got this like a month after I bought it. And I really like how natural this looks. It doesn't look like you're wearing really heavy skin makeup, but it still has very decent coverage. All right, that is the cushion foundation. I know we're looking a little oily at the moment. Don't worry, I will go in and matte that with powder later. I'm gonna move on to concealer. I use 2 different ones. I use the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, classic cult favorite for under eyes, and then I use the Cover Perfection Tip Concealer for any spots. This is a K-Beauty cult classic, and I do like this a lot. The only thing is this bottle gets very messy, like very easily, so you just have to remember to clean this quite often. My skin's looking all right at the moment, but I'm still gonna take this and just go over anything that I might want to perfect. And now for powder, I use the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. This is also a fan favorite, and it does wonders on my skin. I discovered it through Stephanie, who, if any of you guys have seen my Seoul vlogs, was there in Seoul with me this summer, and I took this from her makeup bag and gave it a try and like immediately knew I had to get it. So it's just so good at mattifying and perfecting. All right, and that is skin done. I don't know if you guys can tell, but my face looks a lot less oily after putting this on. Moving on to makeup, I'm gonna start with brows. Gotta frame that face. I use the Benefit Goof Proof Eyebrow Pencil in shade 3.75. And I've gone through like 3 or 4 of these. I absolutely love them. And I like to roughly draw them on first and then go in with a spoolie. Next, I'm going to slightly contour my nose. I use the Art Class Too Cool for School shading palette in the classic colorway. And when you pop it open, there's just 3 shades on the inside. I use the darkest one. Gonna move on to eyes next. This is my go-to eyeshadow base. It is the Glossier Sky Wash in the color Echo. And like with a lot of other things in this tutorial, I've gone through like 5 or 6 of these. Swear by this, it's just the perfect, like not too warm, not too cool toned brown shade. And I like to keep my makeup pretty simple and fuss-free. Whenever I can use hands instead of brushes, I will take it, which is why Glossier always gets me. And on top of this, I just like to add a little bit of shimmer. This is the Glossier Lid Star in the shade Cub. And this has lasted me for like years and years. I use it pretty much every day, but it just never seems to get used up. So we love that. I'm gonna put a tiny bit on the center of my eyelids and blend out with my fingers. All right, so simple, but that is the eyeshadow. Next up is eyeliner, and I use the Clio Sharp So Simple liner in shade 02 Brown. And I just find that the brown looks a little bit less harsh. I'm gonna take this all along my lash line and wing it out a tiny bit at the end. That is lined, and I like to keep it pretty soft because I really want lashes to be the focal point of my look. All right, on to the best part, lashes. This is by far the most important part of my makeup routine and what I feel like makes the biggest difference. I have super straight, stubborn Asian lashes that always stick straight down and never curl and smudge every time. And it took me years and years to find this routine that I currently do, but now I swear by it. I will never change any of the products in it. I've tried everything from fake lashes to lash extensions to like most of the cult mascaras you can name. Finally found the perfect products, and I'm so grateful because I never thought I would be able to have like nice looking natural lashes. I will preface this by saying I use a lash serum every night. This is the one I use. It's called Rapid Lash and it works pretty well. I've never tried any other ones, but so far I'm happy with that one. And I do feel like it's made a difference with how long my lashes are. I'm gonna go in first with my eyelash curler. This is the Shiseido one. Works really well for my eye shape. And I do have to be like really aggressive with my eyelash curler, otherwise there's no shot of them staying curled. I usually curl each eye like 2 or 3 times, and like I really have to apply pressure. Probably bad for my eyelashes, but what are you gonna do? And basically, you see how they're like almost sticking straight up? That is what I want. If they don't stick straight up, they are coming straight back down, is what I've learned. And before I curl my other eye, I'm actually going to lock in this first lashes curl with my mascara. This is my holy grail product. It is the Heroin Make Volume and Curl Mascara, waterproof. This is a Japanese brand, and it is the only mascara I've ever used that does not smudge and keeps my lashes upright. My secret is I use 2 different tubes. This one that I'm gonna put on first is almost dried out, so it's basically going to separate my lashes and keep them locked in place. And then after this one dries, I'm going to go in with this newer tube and add the drama in afterwards. This dried out tube will just make my lashes nice and fluffy. Since I don't have like the most voluminous lashes, it really ensures that the next tube doesn't clump all of my lashes together and make them look sparse. That is one coat. Now I'm going to repeat on my other eye. Does anybody have different length of eyelashes on your two eyes? Because my left lashes are definitely shorter than my right ones, but I always have to give this side a little extra love. I'm gonna go in with one more coat of this dry tube, and you'll see that in total I use like 4 or 5 coats of mascara on my eyelashes, sometimes 6 if I'm feeling extra fancy, because that's just what it takes, I've found, to really get that like almost fake lash look. Done with this first tube, I'm gonna move on to the newer tube. And this is when you really start to see the length and the blackness. Already looking pretty good, but we are going to add one more coat just for some extra drama. I do try and let my lashes dry in between coats for even more effectiveness, but this mascara dries super quickly. Sometimes I will go in with my fingers or even with a tiny tweezer and separate out my lashes into the shape I want before they fully dry. Alright, that is that. Lash is done. The last thing I'm gonna do to make sure that this stays in place is a secret trick I learned from my sister, which is to powder just along your bottom lash line here and even under the wing so that your eyeliner and your mascara does not smudge. This actually makes like the biggest difference. I was shocked the first time I did this at how much longer my makeup lasted. I put on a pretty generous amount. We are so nearly done. This may be controversial, but I don't actually use blush, so I'm going to go straight to lip. And this is a product I picked up in Seoul this summer. It's become my new favorite lip product of all time. And this is the Style Nanda 3CE Blur Water Tint. And this is in the shade Casual Affair. Like the name suggests, it's a super watery texture that goes on and like kind of stains your lips. I feel like sometimes lipstick can get too thick, but this does not do that. All right, we are done. This is the final look. Hope that was helpful and that you guys learned a trick or two. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video.